Hi everyone, welcome to this Pilates practice. My name's Debbie. I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself before we start the practice. If you want to fast forward, then do so, but I will tell you today is around about concentrating on the knee, strengthening the knees here, particularly for runners. A lot of people, particularly runners, do have knee issues. I have knee issues myself, but I'm not a runner. But I do know that we need to strengthen the top part of our thigh here around the knee area to support it, to stop knee pain. The iliotibial is one of the big issues, and that's the tightening of the connective tissue. It extends from our hip and it extends all the way down to our knee and over our shins. Obviously, this will cause pain on the outside of knees. If it's particularly bad, then I would suggest going to see your doctor because they can give you things to sort of help out, and also exercise. So as I say, today we're going to be concentrating on trying to strengthen our knees, and there will be other bits involved. So anybody that wants to move on, then do so. Otherwise, my name is Debbie. I've been doing Pilates now for around about 18 years. It's all started when I had a premature menopause. That kicked into osteopenia. Osteopenia turned into osteoporosis. I prolapsed a disc in my lower back, and I was just fed up with taking medication to try and ease my pain. So I looked around, found different alternatives, and I came up with Pilates. And I've been doing Pilates, as I said, for the last 18 years. I have found a huge benefit from it, particularly with my spine issues that I have, my knee issues, etc. So we're going to start our practice. We will start today by laying down and just preparing ourselves, looking at our areas of any issues that we might want to sort of concentrate on and breathe into throughout the exercises that we're doing. Any time that you have needed to rest, we could go into child's pose. For those that don't know child's pose, you can do it with your knees here resting forward. You can take your knees wide and you can rest down here. That is a resting pose if at any point you feel it's a little bit too much and you need to rest down. Otherwise, we're going to start by laying down, as I said. So let's take ourselves to the mat. Also, yes, I didn't sort of say, because we are going to be doing some exercises sitting against a wall, you might find, particularly if you have back issues, a pillow to put behind us. And if you've got a boulder, which I actually need to purchase one because my boulder seems to have disappeared, I'm not sure where it's gone. So at the moment I'm using a blanket that's just rolled up. It's not the greatest, but it's good. So if you've got a blanket or something like that, roll it up. Or get a boulder, because we're going to be using those today. And I have my hand weights, as I always have. I'm not sure if we're going to put them in the practice today, but it's very possible. You don't have to use any of the items that I'm using here. Everything that I do can be done without them, and obviously always take the option that's best suited to you. So let's lay down. You can come down from your side if you don't want to roll back. If you're coming down from your side, I would suggest left hand if you have low blood pressure at all. Otherwise, we're going to be sitting tall, and we're going to come back in what we call our C-curve. We're not just going to go back. We need to hold our core, and we need to C-curve down. If you drop back, it's a lot harder to hold the core, and it's a lot more stress on the spine. So let's roll. If you roll, you'll find you're coming down a lot slower, a lot more easier. You're pulling in that core, and you're coming down as slow as you can. If you get to a point where you can't hold it with your core, then take behind your legs and hold there to bring yourselves down. Otherwise, we're coming all the way down to the floor, and we're going to take ourselves into a big stretch. So if you've got back issues, take your knees together, feet mat width apart, and lock them in. We can do a full body stretch from here, which is still effective. So we're pulling our core and we push our spine into the ground. We push our arms away, really stretch away. You'll feel the tensing down the top of the thighs here. Pull and push away, really squeeze and feel that stretch, and then relax. Do that again. If you want to go with your legs long, take your legs long, and the same thing here, pulling in your core, pushing your back into the mat and pushing away. Don't arch the spine, push it down into the mat and feel the stretch here. Point the toes, flex the toes, and really push away, and then relax. Okay, do that one more time. Breath in pulling in that core, pushing it down into the mat, and push away, and then release. Taking your hands down by your sides, wherever you are. We're going to take a big deep breath in, and we're going to let it go with a sigh. So we're going to fill our whole body from the tips of our toes all the way up to the top of our head with air, and then one big breath out. So breathing in, let it go with a big sigh. If that feels good, do it again. And now this time when we do it, I want you to tense your body. So breathing in and tensing every single part of your body. Squeeze the glutes, squeeze the legs, squeeze the fistulas, squeeze that face. Big breath in and release. Do you want to do that again? Let's do it. Let's squeeze everything tight. Tense that whole body and release. Fabulous. Okay, closing your eyes down now if you can. And let's just rock our heads gently from side to side, releasing out the neck. Just gently head from side to side. Coming to centre. This is where we're going to take our first breathing action. So we're going to breathe in and pulling the core. And as we breathe out, we keep that core tight. And we lift just chin to chest. Shoulders are staying down on the mat. Core tight, whole time. Breathing in there, pull that core in even more. And as you breathe out, keep the core tight. Release that head down to the floor. And then when the head hits the floor, release the core and relax. Feel the tension drifting away. Palms facing up if you want to bring in energy. Palms facing down. Otherwise, and that's just relaxing our whole bodies wherever we wish to be. In through the nose and out through the mouth. So we're going to start looking and scanning our body to see what issues, if we have any at all. So looking at the toes and the feet. But any areas there that need to be stressed and relaxed, particularly the ankles. We use our feet walking around all the time. Just give them a little bit of a release and let them drop. Looking at your calves, your knees and your thighs. Do you have any areas there that you need to breathe into and asking them to relax? And we're looking around the core and the glute area, the pelvis, the lower back. Breathe in and ask it to relax. The stomach and the mid-spine, the upper spine and the chest. And look at your hands and your wrists. Again, we have lots of issues. People have issues. You could maybe circle the wrists if you want and then drop them down. The lower arms, the elbows and the upper arms. And then look at your shoulders. Lots of people hold like the tension in their shoulders. Let the shoulders relax, let them drop down. Your neck and your head. Relax your facial muscles, let the eyes relax. Your cheekbones and your mouth. And the top of your head, the forehead. And just scan your body again yourself. Over your body while you're relaxed, and see if you have any areas there that might feel a bit uncomfortable, a little bit achy, maybe a bit tense. Breathe into those areas, take that breath and breathe into them. Start to bring your body a little bit awake again, shifting your shoulders up and down, maybe moving the head, the arms, the legs. you to raise your arms up. And on the out breath, allow them to drop down overhead and rest there. Then dropping them down maybe into what we call cactus arms, which is where our arms are bent, elbows and arms facing up. Or you can take them out into a T shape. And then everybody, feet mat width apart and knees locked in, wherever you might be. If you have your shoulders up, you're opening the chest slightly more. You're in cactus arms. And then parting the knees. Take an in-breath. And as you breathe out, let's drop our legs over to the left-hand side. Just where you are, you might get to here, you might come all the way down. Let's not force anything, just take it where it wants to be. And then when you get there, just relax. Get breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Breathe into tension areas. And then on next in-breath, putting in the core. At the same time, legs to centre, reaching the centre, breathing out and relaxing. Make sure your spine is nice and comfortable and straight again. Taking an in-breath. And as you breathe out, keeping that core tight, dropping the legs over to the right-hand side and relaxing there. Breathing into tense areas. I here always feel tense on my right hip. Breathing into that hip, I ask it to relax. And the next in-breath, putting in the core, and at the same time, legs to centre, breathing out as we reach the top. Okay, making sure that spine is nice and comfortable. Excellent. Bringing our legs together, we're going to take in a little hug here. So we're going to breathe in and pulling in the core, and at the same time we're going to bring our legs up. Now if we can't bring the legs up using the core and you start to feel it in your lower spine, take your hands behind the back of your legs to bring your legs up. So breathing in, pulling in the core, bringing the legs up, and as you breathe out, pull the core tighter and hug those legs in towards you. Feel a nice rounding, particularly on the lower and the mid-spine here. Opening those vertebrae and letting them breathe. And then release. Do that again. Breath in, core tight. Breath out, core tighter. Squeeze the legs in. And then release. Okay, so we're going to come up now. We're going to come up on our side, left-hand side if you have low blood pressure. So taking yourself over and pushing yourself up. This is where we're going to go and sit against the wall. Okay, so taking ourselves back here now. So when I come, I fold my pillow because I like a nice support in my lower spine now. So I'm going to put that up into my lower spine. Oh goodness me, I'll get there. And we'll push our back nicely and comfortably into the wall. I'm hoping you can see me there because this is great. So I've got my boulder here as well, so I'm going to take that to one side. I'm going to move that there so that I can see. And we're just going to start with our legs nice and straight out in front. We're going to bring one leg up and we're going to hold it into around the front of the shin here so it's nice and it's bent knee. With the other leg we're going to flex the foot, we're going to pull in our core, we're going to hold our core tight, and we're going to lift the leg just a little bit off the floor. We're not going wild here, and then back down. Let's do that again. Breath in, breath out. All the time we're keeping our core tight as we're holding our leg up. See if we can hold it for a little bit longer and then release down. Hopefully you're going to start to feel this on the top of the thigh. Breath in, breath out. Let's hold it a little bit longer. Keeping the foot flexed, don't point away. We want to flex foot, that protects the knee, and then dropping it back down again. Let's do that one more time. Breath in, breath out, core tight, lifting that leg, hold it there. Let's hold it. Anytime you breathe in or breathe out, you hold the core tight. Don't worry if you start to shake. Really push away from that heel, strengthen that thigh, and then release. Fabulous. Let's take that on the other side. Lengthening out the other leg now. Knee in, knee bend on the other leg. Holding behind the shin. Taking a breath in, flexing the foot. And as you breathe out, let's lift that leg up. Hold it and down. Excellent. Breath in, breath out. Let's hold it a little bit longer. And down. Let's do that again. Breath in, core tight. Breath out. Hold it there. Try not to squeeze actually onto the bent knee. Just holding it gently there and breathing out. We're going to do it for the last time. Breath in, breath out. Let's hold it there. Really push away with that heel. Really strengthen this top thigh. Hold it, guys. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And allow that to drop down. Amazing. Okay, so the next one is we're going to do a static tense leg, and then we're going to relax. Okay, so we're going to take both legs long this time, and we're going to do what we did before with the static lift. We're going to hold it with the leg long. So we're going to hold that leg out, heel pushing away, core tight, and doing opposite leg now. We're going to alternate our legs, so breath in, breath out, holding it there, pushing away with the heel, really feeling it on the thigh here, and then down. Breath in, breath out, and down. Breath in, breath out, breath in, breath out. Really feeling it, I hope, on those thighs here, strengthening out, taking the strength all here, alleviating it off the knees. Breath in, breath out. We're going to do it just one more time on each leg, but we're going to hold it for a count of 8 on each side. So if that's too much for you, obviously, just take the leg back down. So breath in, pulling in that core, breath out, raising the leg, pushing away with the heel. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. Fabulous, guys. Let's do that on the other side. Breath in, breath out, lifting the leg. 8, 7, pushing away with the heel. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Amazing. Okay, we're going to take our boulder now and we're going to put the boulder underneath one leg. So it's underneath the knee of one of your legs. Okay, and this is where we're going to have the support of lifting the leg up and down. So we're just going to be moving it up and down, keeping the core tight, keeping the top of the thigh tense, just lifting it up and down here, really working that thigh up and down. Obviously, the bigger, the deeper the boulder, the better the lift will be for you. So if I had say my boulder was a little bit higher up, I'd be getting a nicer feel here around the top. So if you want to sort of push it so that you've got more of a bend, you can actually do this on a chair as well. So you could be seating on a chair and you can be lifting your foot up and down. That would really work the top of this leg here. Some people put weights if you've got really bad oh goodness me, I can't think of the word now, iliotibial areas that you've got to work and strengthen. Sitting on a chair with a weight around the ankle, you can buy little weight straps, you can do it from there. And then release. Let's take that over to the other leg. And then let's start to lift. Again, don't forget to keep the foot nice and flexed, because that takes any tension away from the knee. And working up here, nice and slowly, nicely working on that there. This is going to be the last bit here, sitting against the wall. We're going to take ourselves down in a second. And we're going to do a few more of these sort of stretches, but laying, which is a little bit more difficult. But again, it's all still for the knee purposes. And release. Excellent. Take the boulder to one side for the moment. Okay. There is a great move that you can actually do if you've got one of those hard rollers. You can roll your thigh on that. That's really good, but I don't have a roller at the moment. It's something else I need to get. I seem to move house and all my items seem to have disappeared when I moved, and I'm trying to look for bits and pieces and not sure where they are. So let's bring ourselves back down again. Let's use our C curve to come back down, behind the legs if necessary, or over from the left-hand side with low blood pressure, and to come down all the way to the floor. So now we're down. Let's take ourselves here, let's get ourselves into our neutral spine. So neutral spine, we lift and tilt our pelvis until we feel comfortable. I like to do it with my hands in a triangle, take them over the front of my pelvis. I breathe in, pulling in my core, my tummy goes down, my hands go down, and as I breathe out, I pull in the core more, and I just tilt the pelvis up gently, and then I come back down. But all the time, I'm keeping my core tight. I don't release it at any point. This is helping the lower spine, the mid spine, strengthening it, and taking the pressure off by keeping the core tight. And then release. You should be in a nice neutral spine here. So here we're just going to do some gentle pulling in at the leg and stretching it away. Pulling in the leg, stretching away. Stretch away with flex foot, bring it in, point the foot. Stretching away, flex the foot, pulling in, pointing. But all the time we're holding our core tight, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out as you push away, core tight, breathing in, breathing out as you push away, flexing that foot. I think I just pointed mine just now because I felt it in my knee. Pushing away and coming in. Let's take that leg down. Let's do that on the other side. So we're going to breathe in, bringing up the leg, breathing out as you squeeze it in, breathing out, pulling in the core, pushing away with that foot, squeezing, pointing the toe. Pushing away gently, pushing away with the heel, bringing it back in. I'm really feeling it from this knee now. So you've not got a good knee on this side. Take it gently if you're feeling any pain, don't push. Let's do it one more time on this side. Breathing in, squeezing tight, pointing that toe. Breathing out, pushing away with the heel. Bringing it in and taking it back down. Excellent. Okay, this time we're going to push the leg away. We're going back to the first leg we were using. We're going to hold it long. We're just going to lift it up and down very gently, using our core to do so, keeping the foot flexed, lifting it up and down very gently. Let's take that on the other leg now. Pushing the leg away, flexing the foot, breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in this time as we raise, pulling in the core, breathing out as we lower. Time keeping that core tight. Got one more here. Breathing out and bringing that leg down to its natural self. Now this time we're going to come up. So let's just check our neutral spine again. We're going to come up into a bridge. And we're going to try and do that sort of movement that we just done in a bridge position. If that's too much, stay with the option that we've just done. So nice neutral spine here. Okay, this time we're going to breathe in, pulling in the core, hands down to the side for support. And as we breathe out, tilt the pelvis up, squeeze the glutes, keeping the core tight, and push yourself up. So you're now into a little bridge position. We're going to try and take one leg up, and we're going to try and do squat down and bringing it back up. Keeping the core tight. This thigh, the right thigh, I've got my right leg on the floor. You might have your left leg on the floor. Whichever leg you're pushing up and down with will be the leg that we're to tense around the thigh and work on that area above the knee there. And then in this position, you can then take the other leg that's in the air out and back as we did on the floor. Keeping the core tight, keeping the hands there for support. 3, 2, don't hold your breath. 1, bringing that foot down and just resting there in bridge for just a moment. If that's too much, if you want to come back down, then do so. Otherwise, just hold yourself there. We're going to take it on the other side now. Breathing in, keeping the core tight. I'm going to now lift my right leg up. I'm holding it into an L shape, and we're just going to drop up and down. I'm using my left leg now because that's the foot that's on the floor. You might have the opposite leg. But using that, push yourself up and down. Four, 3, 2, 1. Pushing yourself up into your bridge position again, holding it there and pushing the leg that's in the air in and out. Keeping the flex foot, and don't hold your breath, breathing in and breathing out, in through the nose and out through the mouth. Breathing in as you bring the leg towards you, breathing out. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bringing that leg down, and very gently rolling yourself one vertebrae at a time back to the floor. Okay, I think we deserve a little hug now, so taking a breath in, pulling up the legs from the core or the hands behind the leg, breathing out, core tight. You can also lift your head up now as we're warming up, nice ball shape, and then release. Breath in, breath out. Release. Let's do that one more time. Big breath in, core tight. Breath out, core tighter, squeezing yourself together. And release. Okay, we're going to bring ourselves back onto our sides. We're going to push ourselves up, and we're going to come up onto all fours. Let me just get my elastic here. we're just going to do some stretches again here for the knee. I'm going to do a few lunges and we're going to do some kickbacks laying down. But first of all, we're just going to come onto all four positions, core nice and tight. Let's just take, I'm going to take my right leg back, so if you want to do the same leg, so we're all the same, push the right leg back. Left leg, toes uncurled. You can curl them if it's better for you and you've got better support. I prefer them uncurled. We take the other leg back with the feet, toes curled under. Breathing in, and as we breathe out, we push back with our arms and we push back into the toes, feeling the stretch behind the back of the calf here, behind the back of the knee, stretching it out, and then releasing back down. Breath in, breath out. Let's do that again. Really push back. No pain, just gentle stretching. You should feel the stretch here. Coming back. Breath in, breath out. And do this just 2 more times. Release, breath in, breath out. Release, breath in, breath out. Last time, push it back. And then bringing that knee back down. Okay, let's take our left foot back, curling the toes under. Going to take a breath in, breathing out, push back. And release. Breath in, breath out. And forward, breath in, breath out. Releasing back. We've got just 2 more to do. Breath in, breath out. Breathing in, breathing out. So theoretically here we have a nice flexed foot in the form of keeping the knees supported, and then we're going to bring that back in. Excellent. Okay, now we're going to curl our toes and we're going to bring ourselves up. So we're going to push our hands in and lift our knees, so pushing into your hands, lift your knees up, walk your hands back. So they're in front, nice on the toes, and gently we're going to come up into a Pilates roll up. So you're going to push yourself up so that your feet are nicely flat on the floor. If you've got your knees bent, that's fine, because we've still got our hands on the floor at the moment. Some people obviously can straighten their legs, they can flatten their hands, but otherwise you've got your knees bent, you've got your fingertips on the floor. You're going to take your hands to the front of your calves, by the ankles, and you're going to breathe in. And as you breathe out, whether you've got the knees bent or whether you've got them straight, you're going to bring yourself all the way up, keeping the core tight, 1 vertebrae at a time. Keep the core tight, up, stand in, so the shoulders will go back and down, the neck comes up, and then finally the head. We're going to actually do a couple of those because they're really good for the spine, and then we're going to do a few just low lunges for the knees yet again, because it is our knee practice today. So shoulders back and down, taking a breath in, pulling that core nice and tight. Let's drop the head, just the head, and then the shoulders will come down. Hands to the front of the thighs, coming down over the knees. We're coming down 1 vertebrae at a time, slowly to the floor. Go to where you can go. If you want to bend the legs, entirely up to you. You might just want to stay here. Go to what's comfortable for you. Taking a breath in, and as you breathe out, bringing yourself all the way back up. 1 vertebrae at a time. Hands down the front of the legs, I always find works nicely. So core's tight. Squeeze the glutes. You're standing up, the shoulders will drop, the neck comes up, and finally the head. Let's do that 1 more time. Breath in, breath out, down with the head, followed by the neck, shoulders come forward. Keeping the core tight, breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth, down to the floor. Holding it there, breathing in. And as you breathe out, let's bring ourselves all the way back up to standing, one vertebrae at a time. Holding the core tight, squeezing the glutes, squeeze the thighs, squeeze everything. Shoulders, neck, and finally the head. Fabulous. Okay, now we're going to, hopefully you've got a nice little bit of wall space, because we're actually going to go against the wall now, and we're going to do we're going to do some wall squats. So find the wall. This is the best. I could go up here. I think you could probably see me here. Okay, so this wall squats again. This is for the knees. So we've not got our feet right back against the wall. We've got them about a foot away from the wall. Okay, so you've got a nice sort of foot gap. If you want to check, you could put the other foot behind it. So that's generally gives you the distance of where you are. Feet nice and firmly into the ground. Your core's nice and tight. Hold your hands onto the wall. Push yourself back so your glutes are now on the wall. And we're going to just slide ourselves down. We're going to hold ourselves there. We're going to strengthen this knee again. So we're sitting with our back against the wall, core nice and tight, and we're going to squeeze into those thighs. Not coming really low down. Really feel that tense there. So we're going to hold it here for 8, 7. Don't hold your breath. Keep breathing. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Taking your hands against the wall and push yourself up to standing. Still keeping that core tight, don't let it relax. Do that again, hands into the wall, push forward. Nice and thighs, nice and tight. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands against the wall, pushing ourselves back up, keeping our core tight. Breathing in through the nose, breathing out through the mouth. We're going to do that 2 more times. Okay, this is a really good one. I know it's tough, but it's really good. Hands against the wall, push ourselves down. Holding it here. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands against the wall. Push yourself up for your little breather. Keeping that core tight. Let's not let it go. We're going to do the last one. Hands against the wall. Bringing yourself down. This time we're going to do it for 16. So let's go. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's do the next 8. 7, 6, 5. Core tight. 3, 2, and 1. Amazing, guys. Push yourselves back up. Give those legs a little shake. You're working them hard. You're working them well. Okay, so we're going to do a few gentle squats here. We're not going full down. We're just going to do half squats because again, helps with the knees, helps with the protection. It helps to build up that muscle that we want to build up here for knee protection. So standing back here now, let's take our right leg forward, not too much. Don't want to go too wide, so otherwise we'll be doing too deep. And then the back foot, so your left foot, come up on your toes. You've got a nice right angle. We don't want the knee across the toes. You should be able to see your toes there, okay? And we're just going to do some gentle ups and downs here. 7, 6, 5, always being able to see your front toes. 4, 3, core tight. 2, last one, and coming up, bringing that leg forward. And the legs a little shake. It's taking our right foot back now, up onto our toes, a nice L shape with the front leg, being able to see your toes. We're not coming forward. Oops, goodness me. That's what happens when you come forward. We're dropping down and up. Okay, so hold that core tight. Let's do 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. Coming up, bringing that foot forward and shaking. Okay. You can always do any of these. If you've got a shelf or something that you want to support on, so that you feel if you've got any pressure that's hurting, you've got the pressure to take it away from in your arms, but you'd still be sort of building up here as you're coming down. You would still be working that knee, but you've got support there with your hands to protect a little bit more. Okay, so we're going to come back down to the mat now, and we're going to come down onto our fronts. So coming down all the way onto our bellies, and we're going to take our hands just underneath. We can rest our head here, or you can take your head up if you prefer, but don't push yourself up too much. But some people prefer to have their neck slightly raised rather than down. We like to sort of really try and keep a straight spine where we can, so I prefer my head to be down. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to tense and squeeze our glutes. We're going to lift the right leg off of the floor, and we're going to hold it there, and we're going to bring it back down. Breathing in, pulling in the core, breathing out, raising the leg. We're pointing our toe at this point, and coming back down. Breathing in, breathing out, pointing the toe, pushing away. We're not really lifting it right up. We're pushing it away. So we're pushing the leg away. That's why we're pointing the toe at the moment, bringing it back down. Last one, breath in, breath out, core tight, pushing away, and then coming down. For the next 4, we're going to flex our foot. So breathing in, breathing out, flex the foot and push away with the heel here. And just down, resting on the toes. Breath in, breath out. Coming down, breath in, breath out. Coming down, last one, breath in, breath out. And coming down. Let's try that on the other leg now. Left leg, breathing in, breathing out. Pushing that leg away, pointing the toes. And coming back down. Breath in, breath out. Coming back down. Breath in, breath out. And back down. Last one, breath in. Keep that core tight, breathing out, push away with that foot. Doing it from the core, and then coming down. Okay, let's take that with our flexed foot. So let's flex the foot, breathing in, breathing out, lift up, push away with the heel. And coming down onto the toes, breath in, breath out. Coming down onto the toes, just 2 more to do, guys. Breath in, breath out, and releasing down, breath in, breath out, and release. Relax the legs, give them a little bit of a shake, and then bringing yourselves up, bringing yourselves round to seated. Going to do a couple of little stretches here. So I've got the left leg long, foot flexed, taking the right leg over. So we've got our right leg, foot flat on the floor if you can, but don't worry if it is slightly to the side, but it is nicer if you've got your foot flat. You might be able to take it down here and have it flat rather than bringing it close up, because it's probably better that the foot is flat on the floor. We're going to do a little twist here, so we're going to breathe in, we're going to hold on to our leg, we're going to take our back hind around, breathing in, pushing ourselves up, and we're going to breathe out and gently twist. So we've got a little spinal twist here going on. Keeping this leg flexed, we're supporting the knee, just stretching out a little bit here. Your iliotibial being stretched here nicely, and then coming back. So taking that down, so we've now got our right leg out, foot nicely flexed, taking our left leg over, foot flat on the floor, taking your right arm around the left leg, taking your left arm behind you, sitting up and twisting. Nice stretch here, keeping the foot flexed, keeping the core tight. And then bringing yourselves back round, stretching those legs out and giving them a little shake. Okay, fabulous. So we're going to take ourselves down onto our backs now. We're going to do a little bit more stretching, and then we're just going to have a bit of relaxation. So I'm hoping that you have felt a nice little bit of benefit there for the knees. So again, depending on if you want to come down from your side or if you want to come down from seated, it's a C curve to come down all the way to the floor. Just want to hold it for a little bit here. Hold that core. Just hold it. Work the core. Stay there. Hold behind the legs if you need to. Really going to hold that core. And then we're just going to release very slowly all the way down and give ourselves that full body stretch as we did from the beginning, either legs long or on mat width. We're going to pull in the core, push the spine down into the mat and push away, flexing the feet, pointing the fingertips away. And then releasing. Do that again, stretch in, stretching away. And then bringing your feet up so that they're on the mat, everybody. So we're hip width apart this time. You can still do it mat width apart if your lower spine is still, issues there. If we've got our legs here, let's take our right leg over our left, and then hands either T-shape, cactus shape, breathing in, pulling in the core. And as we breathe out, let's drop our legs over to the left-hand side and feel the spinal twist in, keeping the shoulders nice and firmly on the mat, chest open, breathe into tense areas. Breathing in, pulling in the core, and at the same time, legs back to centre, using the core to do so, and unravelling the legs at the top. Getting yourself nice and comfortable, back into your neutral spine, taking the right leg over the left, taking a breath in, pulling in the core, breathing out, core tighter, legs over to the right hand side, and lay there. You can take your gaze over to the opposite arms. Rest, breathe in to any areas that might be tense. Breathing in, pulling in the core. Head to centre if you were glancing over, and at the same time, legs back to centre, unravelling, getting your neutral spine. Okay, we're just going to take a little roll up and roll down just to wake the spine, like let the oils or the areas breathe, and the fluid to run through the spinal cord as we've been working it today. So we're going to breathe in, pulling in the core, and breathing out as we did earlier, tilting the pelvis, squeezing the glutes, and pushing ourselves up. Okay, push yourself up nicely. Now here, actually, what we could do, if we have our blanket, boulder, whatever we have, we've got that here, we could put that underneath and just rest down onto that. It's probably better to do it with a block. The block holds it, but it's a nice resting position. I haven't got anything suitable close by, so I'm just going to stay in my bridge for the moment because I want the spine to open. Breathing in, and as we breathe out, we come down one vertebra at a time, gently to the floor, all the way down. And then we take our hug in to reverse what we've just done. Breathing out, hugging together. And then release. Okay, let's come down for final relaxation. So you can do it as we did at the beginning, where you have your legs mat width, knees locked in, our legs long. Let's release our neck again, so just moving the neck gently from side to side, releasing out the neck. Bringing the head to centre, taking a big breath in, pulling in the core, and lifting the head, just the head, chin to chest, shoulders staying on the mat, breathing out, core tight, holding it there, breathing in, pull the core in more, and as you breathe out, hold that core tight as you drop the head back down, let the head release, and then let the core release, and let everything go. Closing down the eyes here if you can, and take your gaze internally. Breathing in through the nose, breathing out with a sigh through the mouth. Breath in through the nose, out through the mouth with a big sigh. And rest. Let those feet drop out. Let the ankles be soft. The thighs, the calves, the knees, the whole leg soft. The lower spine and the glutes, your pelvis and your lower core, your mid-spine and your stomach, your upper spine and your chest, gently relaxed and heavy into the mat beneath you. Your fingers and your hands, your upper arms, your lower arms, and your elbows, your whole arms relaxed. Your shoulders, let them be heavy into the mat beneath. Feel the shoulders touching the mat, touching the ground, and let them go. Your neck and your head. The weight of your head heavy, feeling the mat beneath. Relax your mouth and your jaw, your lips, your cheekbones, your eyes. Soften the eyebrows and the forehead, the top of the head, release. part of your body, heavy and soft, into the ground beneath. Concentrate on your breath now. The rise and the fall of your breath in your tummy. And then start to take that into a clockwise motion. Let's realign the chakras. So the breath gently turning clockwise in the tummy. Slowly spreading around to the pelvis and the chest area. Spread into the thighs and the tops of the arms. Over the calves, the lower arms, the feet and the hands, in that clockwise motion of breath, and then into the head, the whole body moving into a clockwise motion. And then stop and rest. Breathing gently. We're going to start to waken ourselves up now. Bring ourselves back to the here and now. Visualize the room that you're in. Listen to any sounds that you can hear nearby or far away. Awakening your senses, wiggling your fingers and your toes. Start to make any movements that you need to wake your body up. You might want to do another full body stretch. You might want to bring the legs in and give yourselves a hug. You might want to move the legs in a gentle clockwise position and then an anti-clockwise position, just releasing out the spine. And then when you're ready, bring yourself over onto your side, the left-hand side if you have low blood pressure, and make a little pillow with your arm for your head, and just rest there. We're going to take some breaths into the back of the lungs. We're going to fill the breath. We're going to cleanse our lungs now, so breathing in deep into the lungs. Letting all that go, all the stale air out of the mouth. Breathing in through the nose and fill those lungs again. And letting it all go through the mouth. And then I want you to push yourselves up onto all fours. And you want to get yourself round onto all fours, eyes still closed if you can. And then here, with our head down, I'm going to gently flicker the eyes and open them up and bring them back to the room. So you're on your knees, you've got your toes curled underneath at the back, bringing your fingertips next to your knees and pushing yourself up so that you're onto your toes. Bring your fingertips further back, so they're just in front of the feet to the side. And then push up, pushing your feet flat on the floor and allow yourself to hang there. Want to bend your knees, that's absolutely fine. Taking hold of the opposite elbows and arms. Let's just give ourselves a little gentle twist here. Just
gently rocking round. You might just want to sway the arms, nod the head yes, shake the head no, then hang. And everybody taking your hands onto your hips and bend the knees big time. Breathing in, hold the core tight and gently roll yourselves up to standing very slowly. Last thing to come up is your head. Don't want any head rushes. Shoulders, neck and head. Excellent. Roll those shoulders back. Taking the feet a little bit wider. Let's shake those arms. Taking them overhead. In breath. Out breath. In breath. Out breath. Okay, bringing the feet together. Taking the hands together in prayer in front of you. Giving yourselves a bow. And giving yourselves a round of applause. Well done, guys. Hope you enjoyed that.